Welcome to our channel today. In this story, you know about your mistakes and know many techniques of learning English. Please don't miss last technique, that is fantastic. Let's start. He did everything, but still couldn't speak English. Why? It was 2:30 a.m. The whole city was fast asleep, but in one small room, the light was still on. A boy sat alone, flipping through a dictionary. His name was Ravi. He came from a small town, but his dream? To speak English fluently. He watched videos for hours. He filled notebooks with grammar rules. He even talked to himself in front of the mirror. But every night, one question broke him from the inside. Why, even after trying so hard, I still can't speak English? Ravi knew that learning vocabulary was very important. It was the first technique he used to memorize 20 words a day. But when it came to speaking, his mind went blank. Then one day, a teacher told him, "Don't just learn words, use them." From that day, Ravi picked just 5 words a day and used them in real sentences while speaking, writing, and texting. Result? He remembered them naturally. Then he thought to start second technique, shadowing technique. Ravi listened to English videos for hours, but his pronunciation still poor, his fluency still broken. Then he discovered the shadowing method. He chose one video, played it line by line, and repeated with the speaker at the same time. It felt weird at first, but within weeks, his tone and speed improved. Now it was turn of third technique, learning some important grammar rules and using them. He knew all the grammar rules, tenses, verbs, everything. But when it was time to talk, he got stuck. So he stopped reading grammar books and started speaking basic lines like, "What's your name? How was your day?" Guess what? The more he spoke, the more grammar made sense, automatically. Technique 4, record yourself. One day, Ravi recorded himself speaking. When he played it back, he was shocked. His voice was unclear. His sentences were slow. His confidence missing. From that day, he recorded himself for 5 minutes every day and listened, corrected himself, improved. The turning point, the truth. Ravi was doing everything. Vocabulary, videos, grammar, recordings. Still, he wasn't fluent. Why? Because he never actually started speaking with people. He was waiting to be perfect. But then he heard a line that changed everything. You don't learn to speak English by preparing. You learn it by speaking. And that was it. The final lesson, speak now. Ravi started talking to shopkeepers, to strangers, to friends, even to himself in English. He made mistakes, got stuck, felt nervous, but slowly he improved, and one day he finally spoke English confidently. So if you are doing everything, watching videos, reading books, but still not speaking, then maybe you are making the same mistake Ravi did. English won't come to you until you start speaking it. So stop waiting. Start speaking right now. Here is the summary of the story so you can follow these techniques easily. 8. Learning vocabulary 5 words in a day. 2. Shadowing. 3. Reading English. 4. Listening English stories. 5. Recording yourself. 6. Speaking. It's all techniques work only when you start applying these techniques. It's very important. That time he never noticed. Rohan was like most 21-year-olds, a college student with dreams, energy, and a phone that never left his hand. His mornings didn't begin with sunlight, but with screen light. Wake up, scroll Instagram, reels after reels, motivational quotes, viral dances, rich influencers showing off their lives. Then came Anya, his girlfriend. They had been dating for almost a year. She was sweet, caring, and always ready to chat. Rohan loved talking to her. Voice calls during college lectures, late night texts, morning, good morning baby, messages. His routine was simple. Wake up late, Scroll Instagram, talk to Anya, skip college work, scroll some more, talk again. He'd tell himself, I'll study tomorrow. But tomorrow never came. Assignments piled up. His grades dropped. Friends began internships, joined workshops, built resumes. Rohan just scrolled. When asked about his goals, he'd say, I'll figure it out later. I'm happy right now. Anya, on the other hand, was slowly changing. She had started focusing on her career, attending seminars, and reducing unnecessary phone time. One evening, Anya texted, Rohan, I need to tell you something. I don't think we are on the same path anymore. I really care about you, but I need space to focus on my future. I hope you understand. That message hit Rohan harder than anything else. He stared at his screen for hours, but this time, it wasn't Instagram. It was the emptiness of silence. He looked around his room, messy books, unfinished notebooks, and a life paused. For the first time in months, he asked himself, what am I even doing with my life? The next morning, he didn't touch his phone. Instead, he picked up a notebook and wrote, I wasted my days living in a screen. Now I want to live in the real world. He made a small routine. Wake up early. 30 minutes of social media only. 2 hours of learning a skill. Exercise. Reach out to mentors. Read 1 page every night. It wasn't easy. The first week was full of restlessness. But slowly, Rohan felt something new, clarity. Months passed. He learned digital marketing, got a freelance gig, started saving money, and even began speaking in college events. One day, he got a message from Anya again. I'm proud of how far you have come, Rohan. Truly. He smiled, not because she texted, but because he had finally texted back his own future. Moral: when you spend all your time watching others live their lives, you forget to live your own. Love is important, but so is self-growth. Don't lose yourself in comfort, because time won't wait.
Dreams don't die, they wait for you to find them. Today, we follow Leela, a dreamer who faced monsters, storms, and doubts to reach the lantern of lost dreams. Ready to be inspired? Let's start. In the village of Elderglow, where fireflies danced and the wind whispered secrets, there was a legend about the lantern of lost dreams. They said it floated above the hill of whispers, glowing only for those brave enough to chase what they'd abandoned. But no one had ever reached it. The path was treacherous, and the villagers were too afraid to try. All except one, a girl named Leela. Leela was no ordinary girl. She was a dreamer. Her sketchbook was filled with fantastical drawings, flying ships, crystal caves, cities in the clouds. But the villagers laughed. Dreams are for fools, they said. Get a real job, Leela. Her parents, though kind, urged her to forget her silly sketches and learn to weave like everyone else. Heartbroken, Leela stopped drawing. Her sketchbook gathered dust, and her dreams faded, until the night she saw it. A glowing lantern, hovering over the hill of whispers, calling her name. Leela sneaks out at midnight, her heart pounding. The lantern glows brighter as she approaches the hill. Leela knew the stories. The path to the lantern was cursed, full of shadows that twisted into monsters, vines that screamed doubts, and cliffs that tested courage. But something inside her stirred. If I don't try, she whispered, I'll regret it forever. Clutching her sketchbook like a shield, she stepped onto the path. The first challenge came quickly. The forest grew dark, and shadows slithered around her, forming creatures with glowing eyes. You are nothing, they hissed. Your dreams are worthless. Leela's knees trembled, but she opened her sketchbook. She drew a sword made of light, and as she sketched, it appeared in her hand, glowing fiercely. The shadows screamed and vanished. Leela realized something incredible. Her drawings could come to life on this path. Leela faces multiple challenges, each more intense. The path grew wilder. A storm roared, its vines shouting, "Give up. You are not enough." Leela drew a shield shaped like a star, and it protected her as she pushed forward. Then came a crumbling bridge over a bottomless chasm. The villagers' voices echoed in her mind, "You'll fail, Leela." Her hands shook, but she drew a pair of wings, golden and shimmering. As she leaped, the wings carried her across, her heart soaring with newfound courage. But the final challenge was the hardest. At the top of the hill, the lantern hovered, brighter than ever. Before it stood a mirror, tall and ancient. In its reflection, Leela saw herself, not as she was, but as a scared, doubtful girl who would stop dreaming. "You can't do this," the reflection said. "You're just a nobody." Tears stung Leela's eyes. She wanted to run, but she remembered every step she'd taken, every fear she'd conquered. "I am enough," she said, her voice steady. She drew one last thing in her sketchbook, herself, holding the lantern, glowing with confidence. The mirror shattered, and the lantern floated into her hands. The lantern's glow enveloped Leela, showing her a future where her drawings inspired the world. Flying ships sailed the skies, crystal caves glowed in museums, and cloud cities welcomed dreamers. "Your dreams were never lost," the lantern whispered. "They were waiting for you to believe in them." Leela came back to Elderglow, but she wasn't the Sam. She shared her drawings, and slowly, the villagers stopped laughing. They saw the magic in her work. Leela never stopped dreaming, and her creations changed the world, one sketch at a time. Lesson: never give up on your dreams, even when the world doubts you. Perseverance and self-belief can light the. So, what's your lost dream? Is it waiting for you to pick it up again? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that light the way.
They say childhood is a gift, but not everyone gets to keep it for long. This is a story of love, struggle, and growing up too fast. A story that might just remind you of your own lost innocence. In a small town, lived a family of 5, 2 parents and 3 children. Their home was tiny, their income even smaller, but their hearts full of love. The father, Ramlal, had once worked hard until an accident left him bedridden. The mother, Ramia, became the pillar of the house. Every morning before sunrise, she woke up, Beta Jaudia Jao, school ka time ho gaya hai, she'd say, while cooking food and packing tiffins. She worked all day in a factory, just to earn enough to feed her children. After school, the kids came home tired, but happy. They ate together, laughed together, and even watched their favorite shows for 1 hour. Then came the best part, playtime. No toys, no phones, just open streets and open hearts. They played with their neighbors, 2 sisters from a nearby house. "Tu Pakti Gai," shouted the younger brother, laughing loudly. Those were the days, simple, pure, unforgettable. Whenever one of them had a birthday, all the children pooled in 10 rupees each. Just 10 rupees. But it meant the world to them. They blew balloons, made cards, and even invited street kids to celebrate. "Happy birthday to you," they sang with full excitement, eyes glowing brighter than any candle. But time never stands still. The children started growing up, and with age came responsibility. "Bia, Ma feel tired now, so I will teach students at home," the elder sister whispered one night. "And I am searching a part-time job in shops," replied her brother. Playtime was replaced with part-time jobs. Laughter turned into late-night discussions, and childhood slowly slipped away. Years later, they sat together, sipping tea. "Yad hai, jab hamidi kagar baneta," one of them said with a faint smile. "Or mahum chupkasi dekar muskarati tea," replied the other. They laughed, but it was a different kind of laugh now, one with memories and a touch of pain. They had grown up too soon, and somewhere along the way, they lost their childhood. If you're still living your childhood, treasure it, because once it's gone, it never comes back. This was Payal Tales. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more soulful stories.